Welcome to Monologue, where we sit around a table and play World of Darkness. In case you haven't been noticing, this is a news story, started thanks partly to adulting. Unfortunately, a lot of us have day jobs, and that has affected our Gamma World crew. So we started a third storyline to help keep things rolling with those who can afford to spare the time, and continue bringing you entertaining content. As well as jokers like that. Speaking of entertaining content, if you like what we do, please join us on Locals and become a supporter. Your direct support helps us grow and get to the point where we can do this full time and bring you more content on a more regular basis. So, link is below. Come be a part of the family. And even you can pick on Dylan like we do.
Yeah. It's not a correct Ken.
With that said, let us go ahead and dive back into the World of Darkness. Arash, you have questions after your discussion with Zealot and Maya. What would you like to do?
I would like to go talk to Reaper.
Okay. You head down the concrete hallways of this bunker, and as you head towards Reaper's office, you can hear the clack of keys on a keyboard echo through the concrete hallway, long before you get to the door. You find the door open. Oh, yes. Arash, what can I do for you?
Zealot suggested that I come talk to you.
All right, come on in. You walk in, and as soon as you are into the office, he waves a hand, and the door just closes behind you. Have a seat. What's on your mind?
A lot. But specifically, Anana.
Okay.
Zealot mentioned that you've talked to her.
He waves a hand again. Thank you, Zealot! Closes the door.
I mean, she didn't exactly say that you talked to her, but that she thought that you...
Yeah, I know.
Might...
It's all right. It's all right. I get a pick on her anyway. Helps keep her grounded.
Grounded.
You have
It's
so
okay.
much to learn. Anyway.
I just...
So I assume the reason you're here asking me that question is because you're hoping that you can talk to her.
In all honesty, I don't know what I hope. All I know is that my faith has been shaken, and I don't know where I'm at anymore.
He reaches to a desk drawer, opens it, pulls out a gold symbol. It's about yay big around. It's easy to spot the cuneiform of Inanna that has been stamped through the metal so that it's hollow, but it still forms that cuneiform symbol for her name. And it's got a leather thong on it, but he doesn't put it on, he just holds it. And after concentrating on it for perhaps only a few seconds, he looks up at the ceiling and says, "Hey, if you're not too busy on your cosmic version of the hamster wheel, this lady needs your help." And all of a sudden, the door that goes further into his chamber opens. And the most beautiful woman you have ever seen strides through like she owns the place. Dressed in crimson red banded mail that is graced with gold accents. An elaborate belt of silver and lapis lazuli clinches about her waist. Hair like spun gold drops down to her shoulders. Then there's her eyes, like lapis lazuli with flecks of gold. For all that is holy and just in the universe, do you ever quit being annoying? Not really. You haven't figured this out by now? It amazes me that you're still married. How does she put up with you? Oh, because of my rugged manly looks and boyish charm. She narrows her eyes at Reaper, and you get the feeling that you're about to see your first day of exmiting. Arash and I need to have a talk. Leave us. This is my... Fine. I'll go. Gets up from his desk, walks around, and as he heads to the door, he looks at you and says, "Good luck. You're going to need it." And then he walks out the door and closes it behind him. She strides over, sits down at the chair that has just been vacated. "How are you, my child?"
I'm good.
I can imagine.
Why did all of this have to happen? Why haven't you talked to me?
You know the saying, the gods are forgetful and very far away? Unfortunately, sometimes it's a little too painfully true. I have a lot on my plate. Not that it's an excuse. It's just a statement of fact. However, when you broke their rules, let's be honest, they weren't my rules, they were someone else's rules. I made sure to put word into the right ear that your punishment was not to have you suffocate in that awful tomb. I don't know that at this point that was necessarily a good thing, seeing as what happened. And unfortunately, being distracted with other events going on other places, I lost track of you. And I didn't realize that you had been awakened until I heard your avatar scream. So I did the best I could to mitigate the damage. For what that's worth. And I am sorry for what happened to you. But I did make sure to put you in good hands. Even though sometimes he's an annoying pain in the ass. And I'll have to make sure he pays a penance for his flippant attitude later. It'll be creative.
I'm so lost right now, Anana.
I know.
I don't understand this world. I don't understand what I'm doing here.
Oh, it's easy to tell you what you're doing here, my child.
What am I doing here?
You're here to help him.
I know that, but how?
By figuring out what your powers are and then doing what you do best.
I don't have my powers anymore.
Oh, yes, you do.
I have roads. I have stupid roads that limit me like nothing else.
But that's at least something. Let me tell you something. Right now, you are one of a kind. There's no one else like you in this world. There's never been anyone like you in this world. Now, I'm not trying to make that sound like it should wipe away all of the shit and pain that you've been through, because it shouldn't. But you have a unique advantage that no other... I should be kind. That no other vampire has. And while it may be limiting, it's still a power you have that they don't. And you will have Reaper to help you. Try to help you navigate through this. As well as Lil. If you haven't talked to her, you should. She has a unique perspective.
Who exactly, or what exactly is Lil?
That's for her to say, not for me to say.
Fair enough.
I don't know if he's said the phrase yet, but Reaper has a saying that...
There's a lot of sayings.
Well, yeah. And it too is rooted in pop culture, that a man's story is his story to tell. And he believes that should be the case for everyone. So you would have to ask Lil, and whether or not she wants to tell you is up to her.
Okay.
If you'll excuse me, my deific phone is going on.
I don't know how you have one of those things. I can't even understand how to dial someone's number.
You'll learn in time.
I don't know that I want to.
You realize that... I realize right now a lot of things look like a curse to you. And I can't say as I blame you for feeling that way. But you've been given a gift.
I know that I have, in a way. I recognize a lot of amazing things around me. Things that I never would have experienced otherwise. But then there are so many times when there's just so much chaos that I don't understand how people handle it.
I know. Take it one step at a time. If you feel like Reaper starts to give you too much, tell him to dial it back. And he'll understand that.
Just for clarification, when you say dial it back,
it means to lessen up on you.
okay,
But it's in words he'll better understand.
I should write that down. But you said
Dial it back.
dial it back.
Yet more slang you have to learn.
So much. You said earlier that my punishment was based off of their rules, not yours.
Those are rules that were made by men, my dear, not by me.
Okay.
A lot of rules you'll find were made by people. They were never made by us. I don't know if I should tell you this, but I'm going to anyways. Gods have certain rules that they're supposed to operate by. Reaper knows this. One of those rules is that we are not supposed to directly interfere. We can whisper in someone's ear, give them a thought. In a way, fudge the dice invisibly. Our hand is never supposed to be directly seen. Because if it were, it would, as you say, test people's faith. And you've done amazingly so far with me sitting here. I'm surprised, actually. But Reaper is right, too, that technically you are no longer mortal. So the rules don't quite apply to you. They're a little fuzzy. So I agreed with him. And I came. Just don't expect it all the time. He has made me such a busier deity. If you want to see what our faith looks like, once you finished helping him, ask him. Not until then. You have a lot to deal with.
Ask him to see our faith?
Yes.
Okay.
But save that for after his quest is completed.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's the last question or not, but when I was in that cell, right before Reaper came, I thought I saw you and I thought I heard you.
You did.
It was...
It was the least I could do.
Thank you.
Like I said, we are not perfect. I know, well, actually, Sumerian faith didn't make us out to be perfect. But often we have a lot to do. We have a lot of people that we're trying to keep tabs on. And while some deities like to boast that we live in a timeless environment, no. Time still marches on. And even for us, things can get lost in the shuffle. But when it comes to our attention, it becomes our job to try to fix things as best we can. So, I fixed things as best I could.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know that you should thank me. I don't know that I've helped you or hurt you. But at least I put you on a path where you've got the right help. And who knows? Maybe Reaper will find a cure.
I guess time will tell.
If he doesn't get himself killed with that smart mouth first. Don't tell him I said that.
I won't. Any advice?
You're still in the mortal world. Do what mortals do. Take it one day at a time. Learn from him. Learn from Lil. Definitely learn from Zealot. That woman knows her way around every weapon imaginable.
Yes, she does.
But Zealot especially is good company. She is a servant of Gaia. Gaia can be prickly at times, but she's still on the side of good. Lil, I wish not to speak ill of her. It's hard not to. But I think, like you, she's still on a path of healing as well. Still, she might have certain insights that might be helpful. You may have to coax something.
Okay.
Might take time. Who knows? she might see something of a kindred spirit in you. Is there anything else, my child?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Well, as I said, Reaper has made me a more busy person. I have other things I have to look into. I will look over you from time to time, as time permits. Do me proud.
I will try.
I know you can do good things. If anyone can fill the feminine shoes of a crusader, like Reaper fills the male shoes of my crusader, I think it's you. You just have a lot to
I
learn.
don't know if I can fill those shoes.
Give it time. Like I said, you have a lot to learn, but I think you can do it.
Okay.
But hey, no pressure. And with that, she's gone.
I'd like to go fight Dominic.
Okay. You leave the office. As soon as you leave the office, you see that Reaper is down the hall, leaning against the wall, and the movement in his peripheral vision catches him, and he walks up and goes, "Hey, nice to see you still alive. You doing okay?"
I'm doing better than I was.
Good. You need anything else?
Just Dominic for right now. Thanks.
With that, he goes back into his office. You head into the bunker, searching for Dominic. Dominic, if we could get you to the table, please. Dominic.
Yes, sir.
This is still trying to get the lay of the land with this new bunker. It's definitely bigger than the one you were in before.
Okay.
There are some doors you can't go through. Everything seems to have a sensor. And if it doesn't like you, it won't open the door.
Interesting. Okay.
But what are you currently doing at the moment?
I'd imagine, because I know when we last left off, we did some training.
Right.
And we have our own dorms.
Correct.
Okay. I am in my dorm doing push-ups, working out, solo.
Okay.
So I'm searching him, so I'm knocking on his door.
Yeah.
Can I come in?
Stop what I'm doing, open the door.
Okay.
Rush. Rush. Get it. I pull her into my room.
Okay.
We're just gonna hug it out. And I'm just gonna totally collapse and bawling.
Rush, what's going on? I know they pulled you away, but what's going on?
I saw Anana. She hasn't forgotten me. I just hold me for a little while.
And I just embrace her. Okay.
Then we're just gonna spend a few minutes doing that.
All right. And with that, the camera fades on our duo. And we'll move on to the next part of our story. So a day has passed since your revelations and your talk with Zella. Got some more training done. and you just finished a training evolution with Zealot when you hear over the intercom system, "Team to the dining room. Repeat, team to the dining room."
Yes.
Go to the dining room.
I'll go to the dining
Yep.
room.
Okay. You arrive in the dining room to find Reaper waiting for you. He is completely decked out in tactical gear. He's got a leather long coat, just kind of draped over one shoulder. And on the table next to him are a number of pistols
This means we're going.
and magazine holders with mags in them. Evening. We have a mission.
Really?
I have an old friend coming in, and we need to pick him up.
Is this like a just simply go and pick him up, or is this a we have to fight our way through?
Hopefully it's just to go and pick him up, because I'm really not in the mood for a fight. However, as you can tell,
He's not in the mood for.
I have party favors prepared for everyone.
Ooh, I love a good party.
Gotta be ready, man. Gotta be ready.
So, we're going in, pistols only. Make sure you're wearing a jacket that will hide it easily enough. The mag currently in the weapon is standard ball. You've also got one with a white stripe on it, which is silver nitrate hollow points. And then you've got one mag with red stripe, which is incendiary. Go ahead and load up and let's get going.
Okay.
Got my weapon.
Okay. You each grab a pistol. They're all the same. They are Israeli baby eagles. 12 rounds in each bag. And as you guys put your pistol on and put the mag holder on, he throws his long coat on, grabs that ratty brown leather backpack that he always carries, and motions for you guys to follow. Climbing into the typical box van that you've always been in, it drives out. You drive down a long, rough-hewn tunnel, and almost like it's out of an episode of Batman. The dirt wall that you're driving up to just opens up. You drive through and onto a dirt road.
Impressive.
Best you can figure is you're in the San Bernardino Hills.
Ugh.
And you head down the hills towards LA. It's not long before you're passing through the town of Forest Falls and onto Route 38, heading towards Yucaipa. And at this point, Drager, if we could get you to the table, please. Without tripping over any cables and killing yourself. Because we don't have the insurance for that.
I have passed my dexterity check, made it through the tripwires.
Drager, it's been a long life. Of course, being a vampire, don't know if you could really just define it as life, but, well, maybe existence. Still, having trained as a soldier in your youth, with the intention of becoming a mercenary like your father, you ultimately have seen damn near every major European continent have conflict.
Yes.
Thanks to human mages, traveling via air is problematic at the best of times. Even by private plane, getting through customs and or security would likely result in nothing good. So, you have to travel by the old-fashioned way, by boat. Though today's boats travel much faster than the old wooden sail.
Yes, they do.
You have signed on as crew aboard the Alba Varden. And after some time sailing from South Africa to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong to here, you have docked at Terminal Island, Pier T, and finished your work getting cargo ready to be unloaded. It is, of course, nighttime, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have even stepped out of the ship.
Of course.
And this is where you informed your friend that you would be. You walk off the gangplank, looking across the concrete tarmac of Terminal Island. There are numerous cargo containers stacked on top of one of each other. Already the cranes are moving into position to grab the first of the containers to bring over as the unloading process starts. You hear the voices of some of the men you worked aside calling out as things are gotten ready. And from out in the darkness, you hear a familiar voice. Draeger! You look over. As if from melting out of the darkness, you see Reaper walking up. He's wearing a leather long coat. He still has that ratty brown leather backpack after all this time.
Reaper?
And behind him, you see 4 more people striding up. It's great to see you, old friend.
Reaper. It's been too long. Yes.
You know, I thought you'd gotten crushed to death in Argentina.
I practically did. Yes, but alas, it is hard to kill me.
Clearly.
As you know, as you remember.
Well, it's going to be good to have you on the team. Speaking of team, by the way, I'd like to introduce you to a few people you'll be working with. This is Aresh.
Aresh.
That's Dom.
Dom.
That's Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink.
And that's Maya.
Maya.
Oh, sorry, Don Alejandro. My apologies.
Don Alejandro.
No. Don Alejandro. Don Alejandro. Don Alejandro. Don Alejandro.
I am confused. This is the
It's an
rabble
inside
that
joke. It's an inside joke.
Okay.
It's an inside joke that I made. I just wanted to clear it up.
Yes.
So
I like your humor.
we do have
Kinder.
we do have a mage on the team.
Yes.
She goes by the name of Strega.
Strega.
She is currently taking care of something. She's currently taking care of something. You'll be meeting her later.
Blood for the blood god. Yes, I am one that is called Draeger the Sanguinator. It is a pleasure to make all your acquaintances. May you live long enough to become friends and allies.
Why don't you describe what Drager looks like?
Draeger wears a black leather overcoat, underneath which is a tactical bulletproof vest. And he is scarred around his neck from what looks like a large caliber bullet wound that came up into the right side, blew out the left side. He has significant scarring of his face, but he's still pretty handsome. And he is, while not gigantically buff, he has got a very strong athletic build. So he looks quite capable. He does have are swords in use in this world pretty still.
Well, this is L.A.
Yeah, so you're
in
not going
California.
around. So, okay.
So if anything, they're in the bag you're carrying.
Okay, copy. He's got a very large duffel bag. Could be equipment, could be a body. We don't know. It was large. Black boots, but he does have in the city he has urban camouflage pants.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that reminds me. I have something I still owe you.
Oh yes.
And Reaper reaches behind him, and he pulls out a Luger, a Black Widow Luger that you loaned him so many years ago.
Wow, I am surprised. Ha!
I have kept that in perfect condition.
So you have, and so it seems you keep your word.
Oh, there's one in the chamber. Careful.
Yes, there always is one in the chamber. Thank you for reminding me, Reaper. I think perhaps maybe I even have more hours in firearms than you do. Very good. Clears it. Puts the magazine back in. I have to say I am impressed. You said you'd keep it in working order, and so you have. Puts it in my belt.
And as you holster it and hide it under your coat, a voice cuts out from the darkness. New blood needs to present themselves to the prince. You all turn to see 7 individuals milked out of the darkness, about 30 feet from you. They are all dressed in leather and armed with a number of melee weapons like knives, bats, chains. They look like a bad biker gang. The one in the lead is a woman, long dark hair that is pulled back into a ponytail. And at this interruption, Reaper is clearly annoyed as his head swivels. And he looks directly at her and says, LA has no prince. LA needs no prince. Go away so that I can enjoy the evening with my friend whom I have not seen in quite some time.
Piss on!
The fuck out of here! Let us slate our thirst. It's been so
off.
long, Reaper.
Piss off.
Perhaps
Piss
we
off.
should
Sorry.
vanquish
Piss
these
off.
opponents.
Piss off. Okay. Piss off.
The woman is clearly taken aback. She goes, the law is absolute. Report to the prince or pay the price. Can we talk for a minute? And she just shakes her head, and he's like, he reaches out his hands like he's grabbing something. And you just see her get lifted off the ground. He swivels and puts her back down on the tarmac about 30-ish feet away, much to everyone else's shock. And then he strides over to her. Does anyone have heightened hearing?
Yes. Heightened hearing.
What is that under?
You would need to activate it if you do.
Okay, that's okay. I can. Well, I have heightened senses as a vampire, and then I also have heightened hearing as a throat that I can do.
So heightened
I
senses would be the easiest because there are mundanes around, so trying to cast as a rote would be problematic.
Okay.
So if you wish to, you can spend a blood point
Yes.
to heighten your hearing.
Yes. I'm good. Okay.
Anyone else?
I have heightened senses, but I'm not gonna.
The lion does not contend with the sheep. I'm confident we can handle ourselves regardless.
He
Yes.
strides over and goes, look, I understand you're one of those Camarilla people and you've got a job to do. And I can understand that. And I respect that. But we don't fall under the Camarilla. Of course, we don't fall under the Anarchs either. But I kind of have more respect for the Anarchs than I do for the Camarilla. And normally, you caught me on a good day. Because that guy over there, see, I thought he was final dead, kind of dead. And I'm sure you can understand, what final dead means. So I'm willing to overlook your interruption if you'll just leave. And she's like, I can't do that. Okay, I'll make you a counteroffer. You and I will stand here, and it'll be my team against your team. If your team wins, he'll present himself to the prince. If my team wins, you're gonna leave us alone.
She'll be dead.
And you can see her smile. It's kind of this wicked smile, like, oh, this is so in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. We'll do it your way. Cool. He turns around and goes, okay, we've come to an agreement. So this is what's going to happen. It's going to be her guys against you guys. We're going to stand here and referee. So at this point, hey, my peeps, if you can do me a favor, represent, kick their ass.
Can I shoot them instead of kicking?
Wait, are we allowed to
no,
use
what
weapons?
you can do is you can roll initiative.
And do you just roll one die for that?
It
Or-
is wits plus
Oh,
alertness.
wits. Wits.
And the target number
Where's
is
alertness?
6.
Alertness is here. Oh, yes.
No, two.
And then plus 0.
10s do not explode and 1s do not take away.
Oh, okay.
How many d10?
So your wits.
Oh.
4 plus alertness 2. So you're gonna roll 6 to 8.
Two successes.
6 above, you said?
6 above.
Yeah, 6 or better.
1 success.
2 successes.
Yes.
Don't have to.
2 successes.
I had 2.
First skill has to.
Okay, Gregor, what was that again?
2 successes.
2. Don Alejandro? Don Alejandro?
Oh no.
Maya?
2.
Abash?
2.
And Don.
And can
Dos.
Okay.
Can I initiate multitask before we start?
Now, as he's speaking, as Reaver's speaking about how I'm about to go into a fight, you do feel a little strange.
We are being perverted.
Holy shnikes.
We are being perverted by the.
The bad guys go first. They've got 3. Gregor, one guy charges you. He's definitely got that Bruja buffed look, like he's worked out before he became a vampire. And he comes in swinging a baseball bat. And it looks like it's going to connect, but you move out of the way just in time, so you just feel the air of the bat across your face. Resh. Ooh.
Do you not like the sound of that?
No, unfortunately, it's bad for. Well, no, wait, no. That's 2 successes and 2 1s, so he just misses. Never mind. I thought that was unanswered once.
It's more like it.
Dumb. All right, Dumb. You get Mr. Switchblade. 3 successes. Oh yeah, roll great on the head, but roll fucking sucky on the damage.
This side of it.
Mm-hmm. Obviously not on ours.
Okay, it would have been 5 damage. He also got 3 1s.
I'm sorry, I got 3.
He also got 3 1s.
Whoa.
So it ends up being only 2 damage.
Okay, so how do I apply it?
Now, if you have armor, which I don't think you do,
I don't think I do either now.
you would roll your armor to see if it would soak it. Instead, on your first page, see where it's got wounds?
I see help. And
So So what I need you to do, because this is the strange part you didn't feel, you actually can take additional wounds right now.
Okay.
So right now you've taken 2 wounds, but it doesn't track on your sheet yet.
Okay.
Interesting.
So then does he just mark 1
Don't
or?
mark anything.
You don't mark anything yet.
We have been bolstered.
Okay. So
I feel a burst presence inside me. That sounded really
That's
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
bad. Laugh.
Don Alejandro.
Oh.
One guy's got a chain, length of chain. He tries to swing at you. He slips on a puddle, overcorrects, and hits himself in the face. Unanswered once. And then Maya.
I take it Michael Jackson didn't hire you.
I get these great rolls. But right below them, one. Cancel out.
Hey.
Guy misses on you as well. And that brings us to our 2s. We will start with ladies first.
And, we can't shoot him, so
Just so I know, is it traditional? Is this like a melee only type thing where it's more?
Well, I mean, they're currently melee only. You do also know you're in California, so if you start shooting a gun,
Yeah.
it's
That
going
makes
to
sense.
bring, extra attention.
we don't have anything melee on us right now, other than. I mean, I can. Yeah, I'll just
Fisticuffs.
hit the one who tried to hit me.
Okay. That would be strength plus brawl.
Strength plus brawl. Let me see. Okay. What is the
Difficulty will be 6.
okay? 2 and 10s don't explode, right? Or they
No,
do?
on this they do. But
Okay.
ones also take away.
Okay. I have no 1s, but I have a 10. So roll it again.
If you wish, yes.
9.
Okay.
So 8 and 9.
So 2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely hit him. So damage is 3 plus your successes, so 5 dice.
Okay.
And every 5 or better is a damage.
I got 110.
Okay.
Does she reroll the 10, or are we not doing that this time?
Oh no, you re-roll the 10 on
Yeah.
damage. Just like one's take away.
No.
Okay. So just 1 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. You hit him. He kind of staggers back a little bit and then looks at you like you hit like a girl. And Don Alejandro. Oh wait, no, you're on 1.
No, yeah, I'm on.
So Don.
Oh, I thought you said ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first.
Oh,
Well,
You can go
I was saying
first.
ladies first by going this way around the table.
Okay.
that's right.
Alright. So, the guy that just slashed me, I am actually, I know we can't use the guns, but I'm in a pistol weapon.
Okay.
So, is that still blunt?
Yes.
So, strength plus brawl?
Yep.
Alright, so I got it. And you said 5 or higher, right?
Actually, I'll give you whichever you would like better. Strength plus brawl or strength plus melee.
Okay, yeah, I'll stick with brawl.
Okay.
I go one for melee. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 3 successes and a 10.
Okay.
It's 6 or better?
Yeah.
So you have
What?
3, 4. And then you
What,
reroll that one.
Right.
So
So,
you have 4 plus, 4. Okay, so 5. And he gets to reroll again.
Nice.
and then a 5.
Okay, so he
Okay.
has 5 successes.
So 5 successes. So damage will be 3 plus your 5 successes.
Okay,
So
so
8 dice.
do 10s affect this at all?
Yes.
Do reroll.
Okay, so I've got a 6, a 2, a 5, a 9, a 1, 8, 8, and then I have to reroll.
Okay, what's everything over 6?
So
Okay.
1, 2, 3. So technically you had 4. 1 doesn't count because of the 1. So 3.
And then do I reroll this?
Mhm.
7.
4.
4.
Oof.
Ouch.
Break his nose.
Break
Monologue.
his leg.
You connect hard across his jaw.
Nice.
And there isn't even really a human sound. It's almost more like a dog-like as he goes staggering sideways away from you, clutching his jaw like, oh, fuck! And that brings us to a rush.
Okay. So first off, did you hear me earlier when I asked about initiating multitasking before we did initiation? I just need to know if that is.
High or low?
Do I have high or low? Lean over.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. High.
Okay. He took you by surprise with all of a sudden what's going on. You did not have the chance to cast it.
Fine. So if I wanted to do an action but not have a count for damage, how does that work? So okay, first off, I want to go up to one of the closest men. I'm going to be acting very docile almost.
Okay.
Being like, look, I really don't want to do this, and I don't want to be here. Is your prince a nice prince? Just as I slowly shaking the hips a little bit as I'm walking towards him.
Well, you don't have to walk very far because you already tried to take a swing at you. So.
Okay, fabulous. So like I put my hand on his arm, kind of thing. I'm like, is the prince nice? And then I'm going to knee him in the balls, and I'm going to activate IR laser straight through his gut. And if I happen to aim a little lower or hit a little lower, so be it.
Okay, well, IR laser sounds like Gamma World.
No.
World of Darkness.
I have IR laser,
Oh, that's right.
versus 3, and it's an invisible beam of
I forgot
infrared
about
energy.
that.
So it burns the sucker fool who decided to mess with us.
Fool.
And it's less vulgar, so I can do it in front of whomever I please.
So I will need a. Let's make this a charisma plus
Okay.
subterfuge.
Even better, because I have a lot. Okay.
That will be to try to disarm him, as it were.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Now you can either do the kick or you can do the rope. You can't do both.
Okay. Fine. Then I won't. And it was a knee him in the balls. It wasn't a kick. That was fine, even though you told us to kick them. I will just simply use the IR laser.
Okay.
I'll do the rope.
So let's see if you disarm him, as it were.
Okay. So I need. What do I need?
You're
Oh, wow.
you're gonna need a 4 or better.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
He's not the
5,
brightest. He's not the sharpest tool.
6. I got 6.
Are these a mix of
Rip.
creatures?
They're all vampires.
Okay, good. That's all I needed to know.
And I will spend the blood point.
He is totally taken aback by your words and your movements and everything else. Almost like he's puttying your hand. So now I will need you to go ahead and roll your arete.
Okay.
That's...
Feel me.
That will be, you'll need 6s or better.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So the forces on that is 3, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 5 dice.
I need 5 or better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I get to reroll 2. So
You
6.
destroyed his freaking nards.
Yeah, I know. That's the goal.
I know.
That is the goal. Is there anyone behind him? Maybe it can penetrate. I'm good at penetration.
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
I can see that.
Are you sure you're not Shimase? You touch him on the shoulder as you disarmingly charm him with your feminine wiles.
Yes, of course.
And
close, the other hand's on his chest.
you can feel the heat
Slows down.
go right from your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And while it doesn't burn you, it feels a little uncomfortable, especially since now that you're undead. You don't really you haven't really come to understand yet that holy shit, fire's bad.
Yeah.
But 6 dice.
6 successes.
Let's see.
Freaking, he's got no more. They're gone. They're non-existent.
So he soaks 1. You almost disintegrate him.
Mm-hmm.
You turn him into a pillar of fire,
Yes.
and he goes running.
Yes. Straight into one of his comrades.
Let's find out. He goes running directly away from you.
Okay. That's fine.
However,
Good enough.
I need every vampire on the scene to make a fear check.
Okay. What do we roll
This
for
will
a
be
fear
your
check?
courage.
Okay.
The target number is 5.
No. We want these to be good because we want to have courage.
What's
right?
I didn't put anything in.
So we roll.
Then roll 4.
And what's the
Target number is 5.
I got 2.
I have 2.
I got 3.
What do we do with 10?
3 successes.
Yes.
3 successes.
3.
3.
3, 2, 2. And what'd you get?
3.
3. Okay. Ladies,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't realize it, but when he turns into a pillar of fire, there's the beast rears up within you and just hisses at this. And you feel this fear well up within you as the beast goes, get away, get away, get away, fire's bad, get away. But you're able to tamp it down. Same with you. The beast goes, stay away from that. The rest of you're able to keep calm, keep your presence without issue.
I was there with
As this man goes,
I don't know what happened.
as this fiery candle goes running off into the night before toppling over.
I don't know what happened.
You hear the woman go, "What the fuck?" And Reaper's like,
Damn,
She's
girl!
got issues.
now for the bad guys.
I still have 3.
No. I'm rolling their courage.
Gotcha.
Oh. Fail, epic fail.
Okay, Dragus is fine. Don Alejandro's is fine. Maya's is unsure and going, what the hell? The one on the wrench is dead. I don't need to roll for him.
He's a goner.
Oh, yeah, the one on Dom comes through with flying colors. All right. Dragon, it is your turn as you see Aresh turn one of them into a pillar of flame.
Blood for the blood god! And then
Yes.
as his bat flies over my head from the last one, I'm going to do a sidestep kick to his right knee,
Okay.
knocking him down to the ground, and I'm going to take the bat from his hand and smash his head, kind of in one fluid movement.
Well, you'll need to do the kick. So,
all right, kick first.
Target number 7.
Target number 7. Okay.
And
That'd be
what's
brawl,
in
right?
Brawl.
Strength plus brawl.
Okay. Kick first. 1, 2. Oh, that takes away 1, right?
Mhm.
So 1 success.
1 success.
Oh wait, was it 7 enough?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So 1
I
success.
got 6.
Okay. So you are going to be doing 5 dice of damage.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Right.
Does that allow me to get his?
Hold on, I gotta do a soak. Okay, he soaks 2 of it, so you only do 2 damage. You kick him, he grunts, he's still up.
Okay. Was I able to grab the bat from him?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. And that brings us to Hunter.
Is the chain away from his hand? Did he knock the chain out of his own hand?
No, he just hit himself, and he's...
You could always grab it and try to dance with it.
Mm-hmm. So I want to do is grab the chain and wrap his neck around. Wrap it around his neck.
Yeah.
Go ahead and strength plus brawl. And you're trying to specifically grab that chain, so the target number is going to be 8.
Two successes.
2.
Yeah.
And what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 3.
Okay. Okay, so he realizes what you're doing and is able to counter and push you away and keep you from grabbing the chain. So, A for effort.
Mm.
And that will bring us back to the bad guys. So one of them just got turned into a pillar of fire
Mm-hmm.
by someone who looks like a vampire.
It
And
wasn't me.
they kind of look at Aresh, look at each other, drop their weapons and go, and start backing away. And at that point, you hear Reaper start laughing. I mean, just this gut-busting howl. And you can, and when you look his direction, you can see the woman standing next to him is just like, and Reaper turns, looks at her, and he says, "All right, so now I'm going to let you live. Exist?" No, yeah, I think exist would be the better term. Whatever. You go back to your prince and you tell him, her, it, that there's a good reason why they should fear the Reaper. Bye-bye. She looks like she's going to fight. And then she decides, better part of valor, and walks away to join her men.
No flamethrower? I can pull out. I can use my rope for flamethrower and just.
Did you not learn
Wow,
your
you got
lesson?
bloodthirsty in a short amount of time. I actually kind of like it, but you know what? We gave her a chance and she took it, so let's go. Before the fire department shows up and then the police thereafter. By the way, good shot. Everybody into the van.
Reaper.
Yeah, get in the van.
I didn't get an opportunity to spill blood for them. I needed to. Perhaps I can take the small one for sacrifice. Walking away.
Drager, no. Come on.
Fine. Blood for the blood pot.
You'll have plenty of opportunities, trust me.
We have blood back at the bunker.
It has to be spilled in combat.
I can spill it. I mean, if we're...
That's not.
That's not really
I got. Trust me, I got you taken care of.
I trust you.
So everybody piles into the van and starts driving back. Is there any conversation you would like to have in the van?
Yeah, how long have you known Reaper?
For a long time, we hunted Nazis. Post World War II.
Oh, Nazis.
No,
Okay,
no kidding. For
Yes, for real.
when was World War II?
We'll talk about it later. Keep going.
During World War II, I served the Wehrmacht, which is the German regular army. Wehrmacht.
It's like Vermin?
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
Es tut Kinder.
Okay. Listen.
She's
I'm listening.
Unfortunately-
Yeah, question.
I was on the wrong side, and we were defeated by the communist hordes and, of course, the Americans.
You must not have been very good.
Oh, no, we were the best, but we were led by a madman.
When Oresh says that, you hear Reaper go.
I'm glad you think that's funny, Reaper. We were the best.
Word is the key word.
We were simply outnumbered.
Oh, yeah. that-
Everyone's the best until they're not, my friend.
Still the best.
Yeah.
Anyways, after the war, we were given a contract to hunt down the remaining Nazis. We hunted them in Argentina. We hunted them in Africa. We hunted them pretty much everywhere. Ironically, some found their way in the United States. You probably aren't aware of this.
That's a lot of Nazis. Are the Nazis like a family?
More like a cult.
Mm.
He worded it.
Yeah, just don't bring up Madagascar. Oh, I just brought up Madagascar. God
Why
Wait,
did you do
what happened
that?
in Madagascar?
damn. Nothing.
It's okay.
By nothing, he means something, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah, but continue.
Anyways, as I was saying, he could fill in the rest. I'm tired of talking. Reaper, tell your crew.
How long have you guys known each other? Did I miss that answer?
It's okay. He doesn't know that. I don't think he
Yeah, that's kind of complicated.
maybe some other time.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
Okay.
If you survive that long.
Oh, I've survived long enough.
Blood for the blood god.
Man, I thought I was fucking old. Holy shit.
You're the youngest one of us.
Yeah, thank you for that.
How old are you?
He's a young one.
I've been I show him one of my things. Been this way a little over 100 years now.
Let's do Kinder. How old are you?
I am 244.
Kinder. How old are you?
A baby.
183.
Yes, Reaper.
How come
Hey,
you didn't
look,
ask
they've
me?
got their strengths. Okay.
How old are you?
Some more than others.
5,075. Beat that.
She got a point.
She's very old. But she's...
Hey. Chill.
Child, step away
He meant it.
before I slap you. And
That's
use your
my
teeth.
job.
Hey,
She got a point.
don't make me reach back there.
I would like to see
Are you going to
Yes,
turn
Dad.
this around? You know, he says that all the time. He never has.
I know, right?
He never has. He
I
won't
would
turn it
like to
around.
see that.
Well, it is hard to turn it around if you're asking a child to do it. Perhaps you need to ask a man.
I would like to ask a man.
Go ahead.
Oh!
Perhaps you're my type.
Oh! Oh!
Are you hearing something? I think it's a cricket. Do you have crickets in your van, Reaper? That's some crickets.
Reaper, I'm going to have to buy this man a
Perhaps.
drink.
For God's
You have
sake.
found your match.
How and why
I
do you
wouldn't.
think you can
Don't,
match me?
kid. Don't do it. Don't do
I've
it.
seen
Start buffing up.
spilled blood
German.
on every major
I didn't
battlefield
tell you
in
you'd
Europe.
speak to me.
for the last 700
I don't need your
years.
permission.
And you think that impresses me?
No.
If it's been over 700 years, I would hope that you've spilled blood in at least that many places.
Oh, Reaper, do you have any popcorn back?
I like your fire.
We'll see.
Perhaps we will.
The last one.
All right, children, keep it down back there.
I like
Talking
this
about
one.
you.
Erish,
Hey, Dragger, why don't you come up here and take shotgun?
I don't like shotguns.
Why don't you come up here and sit in the seat next to me?
Yes, that's fine. Leave the babysitting to the old one there.
Hey, what the?
Climb up in there.
Again.
Crickets.
So Don Alejandro.
Oh, no. Let's keep it going.
Well, I'm wanting to know about you.
No,
No, you don't.
no, you don't.
Oh, hey,
It's this story
Yes.
for another guy.
I'll get the money I owe you.
And the story.
You
for
don't
another
say.
time.
Yes.
What's wrong with now?
I do
Finally,
not have a drink in
Reaper.
my hand. That's one thing.
Sees fit to pay somebody that he owes money.
What year is
Is it the end of times?
I don't know. It's from one of the blood bags.
Breaks? I
Oh,
thought you were
no,
dead.
good.
He
That-
is
this
an
is true.
alcohol problem.
This is true.
Very true.
But don't you throw
I was
everything
almost
you
dead.
drink?
You only gonna feed.
I'm dead
I
actually.
have the ability to
But
consume it.
Dead forever.
Alcohol is different.
Different.
Food is, that's, yeah.
Oh, don't be too nice.
Zealot
That's why I
recommended
always
I
mix
get
it.
to know him.
I'll make Bell.
Arash.
Do-
All of a sudden
Arash,
you feel
tell
the
me, how did you burn
Van
that
jerk
for the blood gods?
as he makes a sudden right turn and
Sudden
pulls
right
into a McBell.
Up.
Oh, this is
what?
going to be great. I haven't had McBell in forever.
McBell.
And he drives into the drive-thru and he goes, "Hey, would any of you like..."
Hey, they don't use real beef.
I know that.
I wouldn't even call it Mexican.
Oh no, this definitely isn't Mexican. But there hasn't been a Taco Bell in forever, and this is as close as it gets. He pulls up and he orders a 1/4-pound chalupa and a Dr. Pepper.
What is that?
What the fuck is this shit?
It's food.
Yes.
American food.
That is the strangest food I have ever heard of or seen.
Hey, it smells like
Oh.
a hole of the ass. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Pepper is easily the nectar of the gods.
What is he a doctor of?
Oh, see,
What?
this is why I like you. Hey,
What?
It does,
Okay.
it's good. I
seriously,
like that.
does anybody want anything?
I'll try
Yes,
it.
I will take.
Don Alejandro.
I will take the Enchilada Supreme with sour cream on top.
All right,
I'll
It's
take
my
one
favorite.
that you're having.
all right.
I'll take a Baja Blast.
A triple layer crunchy wrap for me.
At least try something.
I'll
Try something.
Trust me.
take
Order
whatever
the
you get.
enchilada.
Okay.
Number 2.
Yes.
So he orders one of everything,
Yes.
and
Just try it.
I point
Pulls
to a
up.
picture of like some cinnamon sugary looking thing and just say, "I'll take that."
okay.
I don't even know.
So pulls up, pays for everything. A couple bags get handed, then he gets the drinks.
How was he talking to him before?
It's I'll tell you, it's a voice box. Voice box.
And once everything's taken care of, he
It's magic.
drives into the parking lot, parks the vehicle, and goes, "I got a treat for her." And this should work because I've been doing my homework. And this is, remember when I made most of you that promise?
Yeah.
He made you promises. Did he follow through?
We're still here.
Oh,
aren't we?
sorry. You're still here.
He
I thought
takes
you were gone.
care of
Didn't
your
he take
gun.
it? Yeah.
He did.
Your
I'm
gun,
just messing
and
with
he owed
you.
you money, and-
Reaper.
He paid you back.
He was
He
good.
reaches into that backpack, which is right next to his feet, and he pulls out 5. Yeah, he pulls out 5 metal vials. When this happens, Arash, you can feel quintessence burn off when he reaches into the bag, and then he hands a vial to each of you and says, "Okay, if this is formulated correctly, you should be able to actually enjoy what you're eating and drinking and not have to worry about throwing it back up.
Is it going to hurt like the last time I drank one of these
It
vials?
shouldn't. But this is the first time we're doing it, so I don't know if there might be some quirks, so we'll have to find out.
Don Alejandro, go for it.
You go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
See what
always
happens
want
to
to
him.
eating and drinking.
God, just drink the fucking thing.
It's got a very, pixie sticks? It's almost got that oversweet scent to it.
We're eating pixies now?
Just
we're
their
not eating.
sticks.
I'm not eating actually.
And as it slides down your throat, it's not that kind of movie.
The pixie sticks.
I don't
slides down
know
our
if I am
throats.
my way.
The pixie stick
I'm
slides down their throats.
You start to feel this.
What reminds me of Spain?
You start to feel this warm sensation, almost like you just had a shot of tequila, but without the alcohol sting.
That's
It is
kinda
good.
cool.
We experimented on you with this.
But that's about it.
You spit
Otherwise, you feel fine.
tastes like shit.
Okay, so he's still alive.
I'll drink mine.
Go
I
for
got
it.
to lose.
Same thing.
I'll do it.
Yep, you get that same sensation.
It's not bad.
It's not that bad.
If I
Right.
pass out, nobody
I know.
touches me.
I know.
Right. All right, kids, go ahead and eat. And he gets back out into the road.
Okay.
Okay. Eat
It's
it.
not
Take
my
one
mom's.
of those.
It's not my mom's cooking.
Okay, this is fast food,
I am not eating it fast though.
but this is the first time you've been able to actually enjoy a meal in hundreds of years. And it might as well taste like ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
It's actually
Pesky
only been
runt.
2 years for me, but that's okay. Mine's good. I don't know about you. How's yours?
It's gone. It speaks for itself. The
I still don't know how you eat that thing.
with my fork. And patience and a little bit of tactical awareness. Which end to start at the burrito so it doesn't spray all over your lap. Experience.
Okay.
I thought she was 4,000 years old, so somebody lied to me.
5,000.
5,000.
Thank you.
5,000.
When she's ready to tell you, she'll tell you.
Because it seems like...
Reaper leans over. It's a complicated 5,000.
So it's not really 5,000 years, essentially, is it?
Yeah.
It depends on how you look at it. I was put in stasis. So there's a lot of those years that don't really
Count.
mean anything.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. That was experience lost. It looks painful. Doesn't it?
That actually was one of the only things that wasn't. So, what are you eating?
Hello. No, it's not.
He
It ain't my mom's cooking, but I
He
mean,
ordered everything, so...
yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, brings back memories, you know.
This looks disgusting.
I know. Like I said, it ain't my mom's cooking, but damn, I'll take it.
What did your mom cook for you?
I'll talk about that later.
And with that, the band drives off into the night, heading back to the bunker.
Please get him away from me.
What'd you say?
Please get him away from me.
You guys have to work together.
Sounds good.
He always looks like he's listening to music. Have you ever noticed that?
I know.
Like he's
Perhaps he
like composing
is.
his own song or something.
Maybe the music is inside
Maybe
his
he
head.
got hit in
The
the head.
music
really
is
hard.
noise.
He likes talking to himself.
And that is where we will close this
Oh.
scene and head to the next. You arrive back at the bunker. Drager. Seen some interesting sights. Reaper drives out of the city, up into the hills, and onto dirt road, ultimately coming up to what looks like is going to be a mountain wall, before part of the mountain lifts up to reveal a tunnel.
This is fascinating.
Yeah. Welcome to your new home.
I've seen something like this in one of those DC films.
That's where I got the idea.
Oh, fantastic.
Now,
Adam West is my favorite.
It's like the
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens from.
he brings the van into a small parking lot where two other vehicles sit. One is a very expensive-looking sports car. The other, just your average run-of-the-mill sedan. Gets out and says, "All right, kids, good work. I'm going to go ahead and take Drager here, get him up to speed. What's going on? Rest of the day's yours."
Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
Quite welcome.
Thanks again.
Get the fuck out of here.
He just called you Dad. Did you father that pup?
No,
Okay.
and that's called sarcasm.
Yes, I figured, but
Hey, head to my office.
yeah.
So you head into his office. Small office, quaint. You think, given the prestige that you'd expect a Reaper to have, that it would be more luxurious, but it's not.
You've backslid a little bit.
No, not really. I try to keep things Spartan, as it were. Have a seat. He walks around, sits
So I
at
will.
his desk. Oh, opens up a desk drawer. For that beer in Berlin.
This is unbelievable.
Well, I was going to pay you back that day in Argentina, and then I don't need to remind you what happened. So I kept a few on hand still, mostly for memento's sake.
I'm impressed. You are a man of your word. I apologize earlier for giving you a hard time about that.
Drager, if you didn't give me a hard time, I wouldn't think you liked me.
This is true. I give hard times to people I like and people I dislike as well. Hard to tell the difference sometimes.
I know about your predilection when it comes to feeding.
Yes.
I've got you taken care of.
Okay.
I keep a stock of what they typically call gangers
Okay.
here just for you.
Wow. I'm impressed.
So there's a little arena in the back. I'll make sure that the proper doors are coded so that you can go there.
Yes.
And you can go ahead, fight, feed.
Blood for the blood god.
That way you can stay topped up.
Yes. Very good. Thank you.
So how are you doing?
A bit directionless, which is odd. There's no one to throw in with anymore, really.
I think I can fix that.
Okay.
In more ways than one.
I'm interested.
Well, I'm trying to answer a question. For one thing.
Okay.
You probably haven't heard, but mages are dwindling in numbers. And not just because of attrition. There seem to be fewer and fewer being born.
I've noticed that.
So I'm trying to find out the answer as to why. Don't know if I will, but it's definitely high on my list. But there's something else.
Yes.
And everyone feels it. Even the mundanes feel it. They feel that something bad is coming.
Like an ominous sinking feeling in the chest, perhaps.
Correct.
Okay.
So trying to figure out what that is. And then finally, There's just the fact that there are various groups that are trying to ruin everything. Like, I don't know how well you know any of the guru circles, the werewolves, but there is a group that serves what they call the worm, which is a corruptive entity. And this entity wants to destroy the world, to corrupt it.
Okay.
So one of the things that we will definitely be on the look for to take care of are any of them. As well as, of course, we come across some Sabbat, take care of them. You know how much I hate the Sabbat.
Yes, of course.
And maybe even some mages too, because some of those groups are just total jerks. So it's pretty much just trying to keep the mundane protected from the various morons.
Understood. But as you know, my code demands a contract of sorts. Is this contracted? Very good, I see you have that covered.
You might want to read the payment down at the bottom.
I can't read this. Perhaps you can read it for me. It's small print, since I've taken that.
There are some days you continue to just needle me, and I absolutely love it. He waves his hand, and a magical window appears over it, magnifying.
Okay. What does it say?
What it says is you will be provided room and board, free of charge,
Okay.
and the promise of a cure if you so desire.
A cure?
For if you wish it.
I don't wish that.
Well, you don't have to take it.
Payment in...
Is there anything else you want?
Well, I have to be paid.
What would you like?
Well, typically I'm paid in silver or gold.
All right. How about silver? Gold's a little more difficult to acquire with the way the technocracy's been of late, but silver's a bit more easy.
Silver's acceptable.
Huh. Yeah, we can do that.
Takes his knife out, slashes his palm, and then prints it on a contract sign.
Excellent.
Blood for the blood god.
I have some toys for you.
Yes.
An STG-44.
Very good. This rifle, this machine gun was...
Now, it has been rechambered to 7.62 by 39 just because the ammo's easier to get a hold of.
much easier.
So hopefully you won't have a purist issue about that.
No.
Also, just to be on the safe side, I found you an MG42.
Wow. Okay.
Original.
Where did you find
MG42.
this at?
You know, every once in a while, my arms dealer comes up with some good finds. So I make sure to pay him well.
Perhaps you have something smaller too.
Oh, what would you like?
Something in the range of a sub gun.
I've got plenty, unless you want to go back to those roots.
No,
But there's a lot of better subguns out there.
Yes, newer.
Like
Something
P90.
P90 will
Yeah,
work.
we got P90s and stuff.
Yes, one of those would be
I
sufficient.
like to keep a few of those around. They're easy to conceal, at the same time, good number around.
Very good. I think we'll be good here then.
Excellent. Well, in that case, let me show you where you'll be staying.
Very good. Thank you for your hospitality.
Hey, no, seriously. Thank you for showing up.
Of course.
Some of these kids, they're still a little green. Aresh, she's...
Like an old child?
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just she's got a lot to learn that she hasn't had to deal with before.
I thought perhaps she was challenged. They don't call it that anymore. They call it neurodivergent.
Yes,
Yes.
but she's got a lot to absorb still.
We'll be patient with her then.
Appreciate it.
lest she burn our loins with some sort of field or
Yeah,
something.
let's not have that happen. Hate to have to try to grow that back.
You're telling me. You're telling me.
All right, come on with me. Show you the room.
Okay.
And at that, they leave the office. Reaper shows Drager to his where he's going to be able to, quote, bed down. What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna follow Reaper and the new guy.
I would like you to make. I think would be best for this. An intelligence.
Okay.
And do you have any lore?
Yeah.
Do an intelligence and lore. I think that's going to work best.
Okay. And what's the
7s?
Like 2?
2?
Mm-hmm.
Hearing them talk about World War II, suddenly you're racking your brain because Drager you probably recognize more, but it suddenly hits you. You had seen the Reaper then. And he was an OSS officer.
Okay.
But at the time, you hadn't really met him. It had just been in passing. And of course, it was World War II. A lot of things just get lost in the fog of war, so to speak.
Okay.
But that realization does come to you. But the interesting part about it is, you know Reaper's mortal. You can smell his blood every time he comes around.
Interesting. So how? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. They head down one of the hallways towards one of the dorm areas where a room has been set aside. And it's easy to hear because all of these walls are concrete. So the sound just bounces.
Yeah.
And you can hear Reaper say, "All right, my friend, this is your room. I'll go ahead and let you get settled in. We'll talk later."
Okay. And I'll approach before he leaves.
Okay.
Reaper,
Yeah.
do you remember me?
No, you hit him. Well, that's a simple. Well, I remember your Maya. I haven't gotten that bad yet. But I get the feeling in you asking that question, you're thinking something else.
You and Braga.
Yeah.
Talk about World War II.
Yeah.
I was there for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Were you an OSS officer?
Were you with the French Resistance? And you can see his eyes keep flashing back and forth, almost like he's viewing a movie. He goes, "Oh yeah, you were there in '43. Sorry, I didn't recognize you.
It's all right.
I wonder if that's why you ended up getting picked." Huh.
Thing is, how?
I'm complicated. That's all I can tell you. Sorry.
Okay.
But no, I'm not a vampire. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Kind of figured, but
So how you doing otherwise?
good. Good. Avoiding the annoying one, and just trying to live.
Have we talked about that yet?
I
I apologize if we had. I have to deal with so much sometimes. Things get lost.
We didn't. No.
You want to come to my office?
Yeah, I'll go after I talk to.
Yeah, I'll wait for it.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm gonna wait for him to leave.
He does.
Okay. And then, do you remember me?
Vaguely.
Intelligence plus lore. Since Reaver brought it up, the target number will actually be 6.
Lore Arcanum? No.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything there, so it's just 3.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Vaguely. At the edge of my mind, I may have encountered you. Forgive me, because this does not mean.
Well, if Reaper
I'll
didn't remember
devalue.
me.
But perhaps maybe you can make me remember.
I was hunting Nazi general. Vampire. Bloodsucker.
The one that comes to mind is General Hess.
Do I have
Austria?
the cross on me?
Is it something you would normally carry?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
It's 43. So you were on the Russian front?
Working with the French. So.
Okay.
And then I'll pull up the Nazi cross.
I was traveling from the Russian front to Normandy at the time, and I remember meeting an operative. We had a brief exchange, and that was you.
You let me sneak past.
I almost killed you. I could have.
By the way, you notice she's holding a cross in her hand. Little tendrils of smoke curling up.
Yes, I remember you. I could have killed you. But, alas, we both hated Hess with a passion.
Yep.
I could not kill him because I was under contract and I was on their side. The Nazis in Wehrmacht, as you know, but I despise the Nazis.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thank you for that.
Equally, I thank you. I thank you for doing it with Hess. It's a piece of human cattle filth.
Was. But if you need an ally in the bunker, I'm here for you.
I thank you.
But I'm gonna go talk to Reaper.
Good day.
You too. Get some rest.
Yes.
When you walk up, Reaper's door is currently open, and he's working away at his computer, which oddly is a Commodore 64, and you don't know how he's doing the things he does on it, but as soon as you come walking up, he looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, come on in, man."
Okay. I'm gonna walk in and can I close the door?
As soon as you reach for the door to close it, he waves a hand, and it just closes.
Never mind. May I sit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
What's up?
You said to come talk to you about the situation.
Yeah. How are you? How are you feeling about it?
I don't know. It seems like you have a good team and you're trying to do something to change the world. Obviously, the world is shit right now.
Oh, yeah.
Getting worse. Thing is, I don't know about a lot of them. Arash, I understand. She's fine. Shreya's odd.
She's odd, but she's skilled.
Yes, I saw that. Dom, is young.
He is, but you should ask him about his past. You'll find out he's not quite as young as you think he is, and he is skilled.
Okay.
But I can't speak of his past, only he can.
Understand. I just don't see the point of having Alejandro on the team.
Well, of course you don't. You're biased.
He brings nothing to the table. You know what he's done. You know who he is.
Maya. Just give me some. Okay? No, I wasn't there. So I can't speak to everything. But one thing I can speak to is revolutions. Almost every revolution in human history is started by assholes who say they want to make things better, but in reality, they just want to be the ones in power. And given what we've actually seen happen to Mexico time and time again, there's a lot of truth in that statement.
Yes.
Now, at the same time, I don't want to give you the impression that I'm trying to dismiss what happened to you. Okay? Please don't take it that way. However, at the same time, it's been 200 years. And to kind of use a similar analogy, the Arabs and the Jewish people have been going at each other for more than 2,000 years. Still thinking violence is the answer. And in that time, it still hasn't resolved the problem. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different response. There comes a point where you have to bury the hatchet. And no, not in the back of his head.
How did you know?
Yeah, I can read faces. I'm not saying that you have to go marry him and have a white picket fence and 3.5 kids. All I'm asking is that you forgive, not forget. Because believe me, I understand. I have had good friends. I have had good soldiers who have been killed by someone or something. And I haven't always had the opportunity to avenge them. Now, sometimes it's because someone else did the job before I got the opportunity to. Sometimes it's because that person just could not be tracked down ever again. And yeah, it burns. Yeah, I don't like it. However, I think one thing you need to recognize is that this was a revolution predicated by other people who had other designs and wanted to use people like you to their own ends. And while many of you may have volunteered to be a part of one side or the other, while you were volunteers, you were also victims. Because when those revolutions are typically over and done with, the revolutionaries, good things don't always happen to them.
Yeah.
In your case, you both just ended up with a lot of unresolved issues. All I'm asking, really, for your own peace of mind, maybe you just need to put it behind you and focus on what's in the now. And after all this is over, if we, God is willing, save the world and everything's all right and there's rainbows and unicorns and happiness, if you still feel that raw about it and you want to just have that last stand at 20 paces, well, maybe that's what you got to do. But I'm just saying, really, when it comes right down to it, he's just as much a victim as you are. Yeah, he chose his path. But I can pretty much bet you he didn't choose it truly of his own volition. Just like I know you didn't choose yours of your own volition. Shit happened. Choices were made. Some of those choices weren't made of sound mind or body.
Yeah.
But that's what you've got to decide. And to be quite honest, you both bring something to the table. Like I said, you don't have to marry the guy, you just got to work. Because I need you both. If I was told by a higher power that I need you both, you can be rest assured I need you both.
Okay. Now think about what you said. That's all. That's the best I can offer.
Oh, that's fine. There's a... kind of understand you had to talk Zealot.
Yes.
Is that what predicated this?
A little bit, yeah. I understand what I am. I've made peace with it. Of course, self-loathing. One side doesn't like the other.
Yeah.
But when he says that word with venom in his mouth, it's hard not to rip his head from his shoulders.
Yeah, I can understand that. But think back on the actions that have happened between you two. It's been tit for tat, tit for tat. There comes a point where it's just got to stop. You can't. That's one of the reasons why I try to forgive people who have been involved in revolutions, is because what it really comes down to is the people who are spurring the revolution, what's really in their head is just full of bad things that they want to be done to other people. So atrocity, all it does is breed more atrocity. And when you think about it, that's where you both have been. It's been one after the other. And that's a rough path. And believe me, some ways I've been there too. Okay, you can't tell anyone else I said this.
Okay.
It's got to be between you and me.
I won't say anything.
I'm over 5,000 years old.
How?
That I won't tell you. But I'm telling you this to help you understand that I've seen a lot of shit. And I've done some shit that I'm not proud of. But I'm trying to be better. It's not easy. And I'm not going to make it sound to you like it is. But I'm trying to be better. As you saw with those Camarilla idiots who showed up and wanted to push their weight, I gave her a chance. In my youth, I would have ended her without a question. I'm trying to be a better man than I was the day before. And that's the path I'm trying to get you onto. And in a way, don't worry, I'm going to be having a talk with Don Alejandro as well, trying to get him on that path. Because if there's one thing, shit. Girl, in this group, we're all monsters here.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing we need to be monsters that have each other's back. So that we can take care of the worst monsters out there. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of them and not enough of us.
That's true. Yeah, and I'll think about it. I'll try.
Hey, if you need anything, you need to talk, that door's open. Anytime.
Thank you.
Quite welcome.
Nod and leave.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do?
I'd kind of like to just take a little stroll around, see if because I know we have a new number. Kind of just see if I overhear anything, because I'm a little suspicious.
Okay. High or low?
Hi.
You do not overhear anything.
Okay.
You think you hear Reaper's voice echoing through the hallway.
Okay.
By the time you get to where you think it is, everybody's gone. However, give me a perception plus alertness.
Okay. Perception. Oh, so 5. Above which number?
For this, we'll make it 5.
I got 3 passes.
Okay. You do notice that one of the doors now has a nameplate on it that says Drager.
Okay. Do I hear anything come out of his room, or?
Probably not. Oh wait, no. Give me another perception plus alertness roll. This one will be tougher. It will be a 7.
7. All right. I got 2 passes.
2. Nice. You can't make out a lot of words, but you do hear Drager and Maya's voice behind the door.
Drager and Maya. Oh.
And as you're hearing that and realizing it's Maya's voice, the door opens up and Maya walks out.
Maya, good talk.
Anytime.
Happy to be reacquainted.
Same.
And that's when you head to Reaper's office.
Okay. And I just let her do her thing and go about my way.
Okay.
Well, that's I come across Don Alejandro. So, earlier you promised a story.
Yes, a story.
Yes, a story. So what is your story?
Well, you know what? I was much of a nomad. You know, coming from Mexico, it wasn't too much. It was riddled with war, so I'm like, I was done. After the death of one of my brothers, just chose to leave. Chose to leave and just let the wind take me. Only I couldn't go too far, you know, being an assassinite, being a part of the assassin clan. You can only do so much until you get betrayed and you follow your own, you have no choice but to follow your own rules. Because I chose to not to turn on my God, apparently. They chose something else, I couldn't do it.
They wanted you to turn on your God?
There was a new leader. They followed him. I couldn't do it. That's where you found me, right? At the end of the day, I mean, like I said, I just try to keep going. It's not too much for me. All I have is my wealth. my family's money, my family's land, and the cult that I carry with me.
You said earlier that you chose this. What exactly did you choose?
I chose this life out of anger.
Of anger.
Yes. I wanted vengeance for my family.
Vengeance for your family.
My father was killed. To me, that's just business, unfortunately. It's war. Shit happens. But when you see your older brother's head, that's a sign. That's a declaration of war. So, typical story, drunk at a bar. Too much tequila, too much, como se dice, parties.
Como si
How you say fiestas, it's parties,
Yes.
stuff like that. So,
yes,
got drunk, what do the Americans call it? Shit-faced.
I don't know what
I met a woman who promised me the blood of my enemies and more. Promised me, and I quote, victory for Mexico. I took it. Was able to slay most of my enemies. Well, not every single one of them. I gave up after my younger brother died. Mexico is just gone.
Mexico is gone?
In turmoil. It's never gonna change. At this moment, they're probably at war with each other again. Never ending. So, I left.
You're
I
tired
went to
of
go
it?
see
You're tired of it?
too much bloodshed.
Too much blood.
I went to go see my sister. Live with her for a little bit until she started noticing I don't age.
She's not like you.
So at that time, I dedicated my life to the Asamites and followed assignments.
What does that mean, dedicate your life to
The assassins.
Yes. I'm trying to learn how to talk. It's not working. It sounds
Claro
like
que sí, pero es un problema conmigo. Pero I know it's a problem with me, but he's just dedicated my life to the Asamites. I just whatever the target came on my desk. It was the next one, and then the next, and then the next. But you know what? Huh?
You killed?
Plenty
Is
of
that what
times.
you mean?
For money, for the hell of it, for the sake of war, for the sake of mankind. You gotta love these humans.
I loved once. It's not always easy.
But
Keep going.
sorry, it's just
Does that
No,
weigh
I've
on
been-
you?
Hmm?
Does that weigh on you?
what the
The
deaths.
killings, the deaths.
No. I was born of war. I was a soldier of war. And as an assassin, you have to just deal with it, let it go. But the only thing that kept me going was my sister. Making sure that she's alright, making sure everything is proper with her. I would send letters with her. She was the last thing I had to humanity. Last time I saw her, she was, 87 years old, if I believe.
Mhm.
Dying of what they call it now, Alzheimer's. She don't recognize me. It's a good thing, right? But even before she died, this is the last time we actually talked as me, Don Alejandro. I was able to talk to her as myself, not as a child of mine. And after that, Gabby to her land went to my son. So, just trying to honor her name. I haven't been back there. I don't even know if it still stands, but after she died, my humanity went with her. So what did I do? I just, like I said, life of a nomad. Oh, get to travel around. Get to try some good drink. Living the life I wish I had when I was a child.
Is that really the life that you wished you had?
Anything's better than growing up in war. Because that's all you know. How to survive. If you don't know the man or the woman in front of you is going to kill you.
I would imagine that would be hard.
Shit happens. Shit happens and you just keep drinking.
But I thought as vampires we don't need to go to the restroom or do any of that.
It means bad things. Bad things happen and you just kind of have
Then why
to.
don't you just say that?
I'm so used to the common tongue.
It says common tongue.
Señorita, how long were you asleep?
A long time. Over 5,000 years.
You were once human, right?
I was.
And what do humans usually do? Adapt. In time you will learn how to adapt.
I am already learning to an extent.
Trust me, I would love to have those eyes once in a while. As old as all of us are, so much pleasure will be going up to waste because I keep doing it and keep doing it. I treasure those moments, those first time moments. First time you had a drink. First time you had first time you kill a man. Nothing can beat those. First time you fall in love. First time your heart breaks. Those are moments you tend to treasure as you get older.
Not really. They're more nightmares for me right now.
We all have nightmares. The thing is, once you wake up, you gotta keep doing them. You can't just sit down and just let life go without you. And again, we would be no better as dead, but that's just a bad joke.
Mike's helped me a lot with that. Keep going.
But, it's been a good 180 years. A lot of pleasures, a lot of exciting moments, but nothing will ever take that moment away from me being with my sister.
I'm glad you had that moment with your sister.
It was blessed. Not something I would say with my life. But, yeah. So what about you? What was the first thing you got to do when you woke up?
First thing that I got to do.
What was your most exciting moment? Tell me, how did you feel? Like, was it just kind of like, every morning, or was it kind of like?
Maybe we can talk about something else.
Like,
Thank you for talking with me. I'll talk to you more later.
may I ask, where is Strega in all this?
Strega's not here. You remember Reaper saying something about her taking care of somebody, something. But that's it. You also happen to notice that Zealot is not there at the moment.
I haven't seen Lil either. Is she around?
Probably around.
I want to go search for her.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Oh, I wanted to take some of the leftovers and put it next to Strega's door, but I don't know how long she's gonna take. I might as well put it in the fridge and tell her when she gets back. I guarantee she will love Taco Bell.
McBell.
Sorry, she will love McBell.
So if I'm searching for Lil, do I find her?
You go to the classroom that she normally teaches you guys from. What Reaper jokingly refers to as the Defense of the Dark Arts room.
I still don't understand that term.
Evidently, it's an inside joke because he gets a kick out of it every time, and both
know.
Zealot and Lil just look at him like they're
giggles.
shooting daggers into his back.
Feels like a little boy.
You walk into the room, and she's currently in front of a chalkboard. Her long black hair cascading down a simple white dress. Seems to be the only thing she wears. Doesn't change. And interestingly enough, she walks bare feet all the time. But she's looking at a chalkboard that has some symbols you haven't seen before. Just written all along the chalkboard.
What are you working on?
Oh, a rash. I'm working on a formula. Something that Reaper gave me.
A formula for...
It's supposed to be for a spell. But it's odd.
Odd how?
He gave me the cipher key for the symbols. So I understand what each one means. But how the magic works is what is escaping me.
Well, maybe walk me through it. Maybe I can help. Not that I can really do magic anymore, but...
You can still do magic. It's just different now.
Yes.
Life is like that sometimes. So these symbols here talk about a defense. This here talks about what it is defending against. And it speaks of something called a bayaki. And this, if you can figure it out correctly, is how to manipulate the energies in order to make it happen.
Make the defense happen? Or...
To create the spell, as it were. But it's escaping me. But he says I should be able to do it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Evidently the man knows manners of magic that are beyond me. Which
That's hard to
vexes me.
believe.
What was that?
That's hard to believe.
Normally I would find it hard to believe too, but it vexes me how much knowledge he has. So,
Because it's more than you?
evidently. Well, only in some ways.
Does
I've
he
heard
know?
him say good morning to you, and I've seen how it affects you. The fact that he can't say good morning correctly in Sumerian.
Ugh.
Maybe one day he'll get it right.
Yeah, right. The day he does that will be the day. Alright. I was gonna say the day I die.
Although, bear in mind, you never know. He might be doing it just on purpose.
Doesn't he usually do everything on purpose?
There are days I wonder. So what can I do for you, Arash?
To be honest, I don't know.
You came here for a reason.
I did.
Something is vexing you.
A lot of things are vexing me.
Just like this spell vexes me.
But I spoke with Anana and...
Really? She truly moves her attention from the chalkboard straight to you. And how did that go?
Better than Reaper expected, I guess. I don't know how she treats him, but we spoke.
Oh my.
How does she normally treat him?
They have a... I don't know if contentious is the right word, but they do have an interesting relationship. He is... he is brash. I'm sure you figured that out.
Yes.
He is impulsive.
Yes.
But, no, and I will say that he is eccentric.
Yes, I would agree.
However, there are days I wonder how much of it's an act. And that behind all that brashness and impulsive and eccentricity is a cold, calculating individual who simply hides the cold and calculating behind something nicer that people can relate to. But that's just a guess.
I don't relate to him very well, so I don't understand.
Oh, my dear, with as old as you are, you don't relate to anyone.
I know.
Except for maybe me, and I try to forget those days.
Nana mentioned that you and I were...
She mentioned about me, didn't she?
Yeah.
What did she tell you? Go
So
ahead.
I should talk to you?
Why did she say you should talk to me? Specifically.
I don't remember.
She turns, looks at the door, sees it's still open, and almost like what Reaper does, she just waves a hand and the door closes. And then you see black vines of, you would think would be plant matter, but it looks decayed and withered, yet it grows in front of the door so that no one can come in. Then, we're alone, we can talk in private. So what did she say?
The problem is that I don't remember exactly. It was a little stressful at the time, and I was a little bit in awe.
One would think.
But I do remember that she mentioned you and that I should try to talk to you and that we might be alike or maybe just that you would understand me or... I don't know what I'm doing here.
No, it's alright. It's alright. In some ways we are alike. But in other ways we are completely different. While I have no wish to talk about my past, I can say that in some ways, yes, we are a kindred spirit. And the differences between you and me is I've lived all those years. Whereas you either, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, slept through most of them. So you didn't see all the war and all the bloodshed and all of the stupidity that both humans and immortals have gone through.
I read some of the books that Reaper had and It does seem like there was a lot of stupidity.
And you'd think after all this time people would learn, and they still don't. Now, granted, if I was to be fair, it could be said that I sometimes share that stupidity. But as Reaper likes to say, I'm trying to be better today than I was the day before. There's much for you to learn. And I have no doubt that it's daunting for you.
How are we kindred spirits?
Have a seat. She walks over, grabs a seat, sits across from you. If I'm going to tell you this, I must tell no one else. And I mean that.
Not even Dominic.
No. No one.
Okay.
You have to carry my secret to your grave. Are we have an understanding?
I'm already dead though. Like, do you mean like...
As in final death, my dear.
Okay. I'm just...
And I'm sure if I gave you a final death, Reaper would be very upset with me. So please, don't break your promise.
I won't.
Good. Lil, it's my nickname. My actual name is Lilith. Give me an intelligence and lore check.
Okay. Intelligence. Got one.
One success?
Yeah.
It's really all you need.
Oh, okay.
Lilith. Suddenly you realize why this woman looks familiar, why she kind of has some Akkadian features to her. Lilith, as in Cain's first wife, Lilith.
Lilith.
Yes, you get it now.
I do. That's how you were able to teach me everything about the vampires when I
That is
first
correct.
came here.
That is correct, my child. Regardless of the stories you may have heard, Cain is where all of the vampires descended from.
Yes, that's what you taught me.
So I have been around that long.
It's how you have a better Sumerian tongue than Reaper.
Exactly. Even though, to be honest, it has been refreshing to have you here because I haven't spoken it forever.
It's nice to have someone to talk to in my native tongue.
I agree. Well, Sumerian wasn't my native. It was more of Akkadian, but it's okay.
No, but my native at least.
I know. Still, Sumerian was the second language I learned, so it's pretty much just as fluent it is as an Akkadian. I'll take what I can get. But, just like you, Reaper came to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can only assume through Anana. That manipulative bitch.
Inanna?
She can be very manipulative. And I don't mean to disrespect your beliefs, but we've crossed paths more than once. And not always for the better. But I was, and you're not going to get the reference, at least not yet, probably. I was made an offer I couldn't refuse.
Okay.
And that's personal, I'm not going to tell you. But that's why I'm here. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to help everyone. So that Reaper's goals can be accomplished, and his quest can be fulfilled.
Is that finding the cure?
No. That's his promise to you. His quest, well, really he's got more than one quest right now, but big on his mind is finding out why no more mages are being born.
I was wondering about that.
Man, nobody knows. Even I don't know. Yet something else that vexes me. I hate not knowing.
Yeah.
Especially considering how old I am. I should know everything. But also, he is right that something wicked this way comes. Everyone knows. Everyone can feel it. But no one can say what it is. It's like receiving an omen that you can't understand. But it should be important enough for you to understand. But that's how we're kindred spirits. In our own ways.
Thank you for talking with me.
You're quite welcome. But as I said, share this with no one. To everyone else, I am just a little this waif of a woman who seems to know many dark secrets.
Is that the dark arts that Reaper keeps talking about?
Like many of his sayings, that quote is from a movie. What is it called? What is it called? He showed it to me once. Oh, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
It's a series. It's something you should probably watch at some time when you have the time.
So Potter is Harry?
It's the name of a character.
Can't play that. Okay.
One thing to remember is a lot of the last names that people have grown out from the old times. So, like, Potter was probably actually from a family who did pottery.
Okay, that makes sense.
But these days, it's just the last name.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it's what they do anymore. It's just those last names have carried on and carried on and carried on.
So first names they name after attributes of the person?
In most cases, no. They just decide on names.
So he's Harry?
Having forgotten that names have power. A lot of people have forgotten that names have power. I can't even begin to despair to you how much has been forgotten.
No one even knows what my name means.
It is what it is.
Thank you.
Quite welcome to.
Any advice for me?
Probably the same thing that other people have given you. You've just got to take it one day at a time. I mean, you could probably have Reba give you one of those concoctions that will put information into your head, but it hurts so much.
That hurt. That really hurt last time you did that.
I've been through it too.
I mean, it was nice being able to at least understand English better because his Sumerian was absolutely atrocious.
You've been here for 2 years, dear, and it's still atrocious.
I know! Can you, maybe tutor him in it or something?
Oh, I've tried. Like I said, sometimes I think he does it just to give a giggle. We just have to put up with his boyish charms, as he likes to call it.
Does charms still mean the same thing now as it did back then?
Not quite.
Okay. Put up with his boyish, not quite charms.
How about boyish antics?
Antics is a better word.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you get back to your formula
Yes.
solving.
I'm going going to figure this out, even if it takes me to the end of time, because I'm not going to let him get the better of me.
Of course not. Hey, he wouldn't have asked you to do it if he knew what it was. So
Now you sound like him.
So it's not that he knows more than you.
At least he's sharing. So there's something.
It's true.
Oh, let me get the door for you.
Thank you.
The vines crumble into dust, and then the dust just disappears.
Can you teach me how to do that?
It's not as much teaching as it is a matter of time. But maybe we'll get there.
Good night.
Good night. And as you leave the room, perhaps even closing the door behind you, so many questions swirl in your head. As a matter of fact, a lot of questions are probably swirling in everybody's head right now. And as you think about them, things like, who is Reaper? How is he in World War II? And Lil, and what she revealed to you. And all of this. That is where we will leave it until the next episode. Thank you for coming along with us on this journey. And we hope to see you next time. Have a great week.